So I want to look in this tutorial a bit closer on the traces. So what is meaning when we set all the settings? So right here, for example, I set up very simple scenery, and you can see we have two cubes where I make flat and put it mirror material in them. So it is just reflections, and we created one sphere between them so we can see the reflection of the sphere. And also you notice my camera between them, so we have all this infinity mirror effect. In reality, if we do this, and we can see those mirrors will go to infinity forever and forever till we lost all the light particles absorbable and nothing is reflecting to us. However, when we do inside the view or any other applications, application will cut off on one time. So it says, okay, render those traces so many times, and after this stop it, because it doesn't need to do afterwards. By default, on a small measure, it's set sometimes not too realistic. And okay, so example right here, let's go ahead, we'll go click preview. Okay, let's go render in preview settings, and you can see what's happening. It's render only 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and cut off after this. So it is not necessarily how we'll see in mirror. So this is our original, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rendering. And if we look in settings, what's happening, it has happened right here with the trace reflections. So same things will be for the cast shadows and transparency. So let's go to user settings so we can access to this property. If we click edit, you can see right here, we have it only 5 times. So the trace level, it's 5 times will jumping out. If we're going and we increase to the 10, let's put 10 on both of them, just for now. We'll click OK and render. You'll notice we now render 10 times. Of course, you can increase as more and more you're going. For example, if we're going and edit and just set 32, sometimes maybe it's will work for you, but in many cases you actually don't need this. So if we render right now, and you can see it's definitely more than before. Right here we can see it, but let's look closer. And we can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only maybe about 11, 12 we can see. So even we render 32 times, but because how the light was absorbed and how the all distribution, it's those things even was calculated, but they're not really visible because we don't necessarily need all that long time. And it makes sense why computer will cut off, because does not need to spend all this extra time to render something that we don't even can use or see in our scenery. So in many times, if you set on good quality, probably about 15 levels will work very well. But you also can kind of cut off and go lower. Again, this is more one extreme. And in many cases, 5 times when it's rendered, and again, it was shadows, reflections, if you remember. Other things, it is applied to those ones, so they work very well just in the 5. But if you want a little bit less grain, if you want a little bit more realistic, you can pop up. Again, do this, we can go inside the render, user settings, and right here was enable subrays when it's going to this one, and we have a trace cast shadows, reflections, transparency. So this is edit will our affecting for our transparency and reflections. And this is kind of darker highlight box, give us idea what it will affecting this. Okay, so we'll go right here. Let's set back to 15. And I think 15 will work more than good enough for us on the most cases. And just overall want to show you the another options for this kind of transparency reflections subrays as well as shadows. So it will help you to optimize your image between good render time and realistic result.